What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 10 of our Eastside Hockey Manager Early Access Let's Play here with the Leafs. And today I've got for you guys another live com. Today we're going to actually be taking on the San Jose Sharks. It's a big game in terms of they're one of the better teams we've got left to play in terms of, if you were to look at their conference, they're highly placed in theirs. We have played a fair few games since the last episode. You can see, looking at the table here, we've played another 10 games. Continue to go on our fine kind of winning run. Our power play percentage is going up. Our penalty kill percentage is kind of staying stable, and things are looking pretty good. It is worth noting, however, Boston do have 2 games extra over us in which to surpass our total, of which we're only 1 point ahead of them. Anyway, I guess the first thing to do is talk about the schedule. Last episode was, of course, the game against the Canadians. I can't actually remember which game against the Canadians it was. I'm pretty sure it was one on the 28th, so far we've played a fair few games in March, really. We've played 9 and got some pretty decent results across these. So you can see we beat the Capitals 6-4. That was a good result. Yeah, it was a really solid result, really. We won 6-4. Did not expect to do that. The Capitals have been going really, really strong in their division. And so we knew it was going to be tricky, but we came out on top, played really well, and yeah, you can just see, looking at this, it was a good win in the end, be it us having to come from behind to get it. Anyway, the next game was actually a defeat, and this one came against the Panthers. We lost 4-3. Yeah, I cried a little as we lost in overtime in that one. We then got 2 good wins against the Lightning and the Blues before taking on the Islanders, who we beat 5-3 in a pretty convincing fashion. We were 4-0 up after the second, and despite a late resurgence by then, we held on for the win. We then beat the Sabres 6-3, lost to the Flames 3-4. This was after a penalty kind of shootout, and you can see in the shootout we actually sucked. We always do terrible in these shootouts. We missed both of our opportunities and they scored 2 to go through. The only 2 games left to tell you about were both 5-2 results. One was in our favour, one was not. The first one here was against the Canucks. We lost 2-5. They were all over us. They dominated the game, and then we wrapped things up with a win against the Oilers, winning 5-2, and another really good performance. Kessel again getting on the score sheet. So that's kind of what's been going on. It's been 9 or 10 games since the last episode. Just a few things that I wanted to pick up on, because I obviously recorded the last few episodes in advance. I was away over the weekend and had all these videos scheduled. Today is Easter, so happy Easter if you celebrate Easter. If you don't, well, I hope you eat lots of chocolate, or at least have a nice Sunday today, or whatever day it happens to be. Maybe you're watching this 6 months in the future and this makes no sense. Have a good day today. Anyway, so anyway, as I was going before I started rambling, I wanted to just touch upon a few things that people mentioned, and the first one was the goal scoring issue in this game. So it's become quite apparent. Obviously the game is in early access, it's still in very much a kind of a beta alpha kind of stage, in a work in progress. A lot of people commented on the match engine and how high the goal scoring is, and to be fair, you're absolutely correct. There's no way I should be scoring over 300 goals in a season, and especially the amount of goals Kessel scored has been a bit ridiculous. So because I'm pretty sure it's to do with barrage shooting, what I'm actually going to do is, from next season, I'm not going to use barrage shooting because it's just too good at the moment. If you've got any other ideas, let me know, but I assume most people will agree that you'd rather see an accurate simulation that's a bit more of a challenge, rather than me just using what is most effective in what is a very primitive and early kind of work in progress match engine. So that's definitely going to be something I look to do, because Kessel's got 70 goals now, which just shouldn't happen. So if you found this season a little bit boring, I can only assure you that the next kind of regular season without barrage shooting is probably going to be a lot more challenging for us. So that's what I'm going to do, I think, to overcome that issue. The other thing that people mentioned was the goalkeeper, telling me, oh, play your second goalkeeper more. Reimer, in this game at the moment, the condition of your goalkeepers doesn't go down from game to game. It recovers so quick that you don't need to rotate your keepers. You don't need to play your second choice like you do in kind of real hockey, I guess. So for that reason, I'm not going to play like a goalkeeper who's not as good as my first choice goalkeeper just to keep the simulation realistic. That just seems a little bit stupid. So that's just a few things I picked up on. If there's anything else you want to raise, do so in the comments. I am really reading the comments of this save. With my Football Manager videos, I'm going to be honest, sometimes I can get a little bit guilty and I'll kind of glance over them and not kind of engage in them necessarily and reply. But kind of with this series, the comments do actually kind of factor into kind of, I guess, what I'm going to do and kind of my opinions. And I look at them to kind of get ideas, not only for the save, but also just, you know, for how I can change things, such as with the idea of turning on barrage shooting. So anyway, in my infinite wisdom, as you may notice by my screen and the fact I'm now trying to stall, I didn't continue to the match day. So we're going to do that right now. It shouldn't take too long. But obviously with this, I have got every single league loaded, so it can get a little bit slow sometimes when there's a lot of matches on. Generally, this game's performing pretty well on my PC. I'd be interested to know kind of what your experience has been with the game if you have been playing it. And if you haven't been playing this game and you've like been watching it up until this point, I can only suggest getting the game for the price it's at. It's a really good deal. I've noticed a lot of people on Twitter kind of giving me tips and stuff, but I'll tell you what I've noticed more is the fact that there's a lot of people picking up this game who perhaps don't have an interest in hockey or didn't think they'd have an interest in hockey, have been watching this series, like the looks of it, want something slightly different to FM, and so as a result, you know, they're checking out this series. Anyway, best defensive player wasn't one of our players. Best defensive player, okay, Lightning had a very good week. Anyway, this is what I deal with on a daily basis, is the scouting. Anyway, let's get into today's game. So, average ratings, just so you guys can see here what's been going on. Kessel still going well. JVR, Van Riemsdyk still going good. Bozak recovered from injury very well. You can see, looking at it, 3 players have played every single game for us, then being Bernier, Kessel and Polak. Polak doesn't get that much love, the 28-year-old Czech Republic kind of tank in our defence, but he does a job for us. He's not very aggressive, but he is very strong, very brave, and he likes to hit people out. He's like a gentle giant, and he's done a good job for us. He's been a kind of ever-present part of our team, even if his average rating isn't the best. You know, he's been there when we've needed him. So anyway, let's get into today's game against the San Jose Sharks. It's going to be the second to last live com of the regular season. Playoffs, I think, can be confirmed today for us, so that's pretty pleasing that could be a possibility. Hopefully we can do that. So we'll get into this. We are at home. San Jose, as I mentioned, going fairly strong in their kind of division. I believe they're 3rd or 4th in their conference, which is the Western Conference, as opposed to our conference that we're in, which is the Eastern one. But anyway, we'll see how we get on here. We're on the attack, and oh, okay, that is a Van Riemsdyk with the goal. And that's a pretty decent finish by him, cutting inside, doing what he does best, and yeah, a decent finish in the end. But yeah, I guess all I can really say about this game so far is I am really enjoying it. It is a work in progress, and I'm looking forward to what will hopefully be the playoffs now, because we are kind of on course for that. As Kessel, was that Kessel? It was. He lights the lamp, he puts the biscuit in the basket, he scores another. It's a bit ridiculous how good he is, and we're on the attack again here. Can we score another before the end of the period? We can. It's 3-0. And we're looking strong here. We're looking strong. 4 minutes left of the first. There was no score. And I was kind of sat there thinking, oh gosh, it's going to be one of these games where it's a hard slog. But we've had a very good start here. Granted, the Sharks just had a great opportunity, but it was a good save by Bernier in net for us. So hopefully the goaltender can put in a good performance today, although that is another save and he can't quite keep out the rebound. That is Hurtl's 30th point of the season. That's pretty crazy for him. Not quite up with the 120 or whatever that Kessel's got, which is just stupid and is the kind of thing that I hope can be addressed soon. But okay, now Couture scored, and now suddenly it's 3-2, and I'm not so cocky, I'm not so confident, and now we have an injury. Polak, I've cursed him. I've cursed him. I'm a curse. I was just saying about how good he's been and how consistent he's been, and then that happens. I've just jinxed that horribly. I can only apologise, Polak. I can only apologise. Anyway, we are still going fairly strong in this half, although there is another chance here. We give it straight to them. Oh boy, the Sharks on the attack, and the Sharks make a comeback of 3 goals in the second. What has happened here, boys? What has happened? Right, in that case, we're going with just free for the third kind of period. We're not going to play our 4th line. We're just going to focus on our 3 best defensive lines. Hope they can do the work for us, but right now, it's getting a little bit tense. I'm going to put extended highlights on for the last 10 minutes. It's 3-3, no score in the 3rd period. It's been A bit of a weird game, this one. We were 3-0 up. We went 3-0 up. We went 3-3 down. It feels like we've gone down, even though technically we're even. To be that far ahead of the opposition and then throw away the lead is just... I want to cry a little bit. But we have got now extended highlights on for a nice tense finish to the game. As you can see, the Sharks lining up with a pretty offensive face-off position. Someone told me what this was when you have two guys kind of on centre ice on the face-off. I wish I could remember what they called it, and I can't remember if they recommended I should use it too. But if you were the person who told me about that, thank you. Immediately after this, I'm going to go try and find your comment and try and remember the exact details of that. But we've got to focus on the here and now. 2 minutes left. It's 3-3. And it's anyone's game still. This third period has been very, very tight. Could well go the distance to overtime. There is not a lot of time, although we're on the attack. That is a shot saved, however, by Niemi in goal for them. And, well, we give the Sharks possession, and time is ticking away here. Time really is ticking away. We have got Nylander out on the right wing for us. Can Holland do some work for us and win the face-off? He can. We're on the attack. What happened then? Oh, okay, they're down to 10, or 10. I was about to say they're down to 10 men. This is what's happened. I've not played EHM in a few days and suddenly I'm back in football mode. They're down to 4 men out on the ice, excluding the goaltender. 40 seconds to try and make use of this power play. I can't remember if power plays reset after regulation time. I have a feeling they do. So we have 37 seconds. 37 seconds to try and make something happen, as they just have some kind of crazy effort. Well, Bernier had to be alive for that, but we do still have possession of the puck. Lots of action behind the goal, but no end product. And, well, they were just... what do you call it? They were just... what's the term called where you just... is it dumping the puck? I feel like I need to check this now. Yeah, they were just dumping the puck. I was sat there going, the terminology's gone from my head. Send help. I really should make like a really kind of detailed list of kind of commentary notes and stuff. You know, like in real life with commentators. So actually looking at it, they are down a man. And of course in overtime it goes to 5 aside. You'd lose a man in the kind of outfield positions. So they're down to 3. So they're going to be playing very defensively here. So hopefully we can do something. Make the most of the advantage. Well, I say hopefully, we can't. 2 minutes left to the overtime. I really don't want another shootout. I really don't want another shootout game. Had far too many of them recently. Having kind of not had any shootouts in ages and having had a few that we lost, we kind of went on a run where we almost relied on them. So I'd rather not have the stress of a shootout, but if we have to do it that way, we'll do it that way. To be fair, the Sharks have really put up a good fight here, because we were 3-0 up, and I'm not going to lie. I thought it was dead. I thought the game was over, but they fought back. The third kind of period was a lot tighter, and this kind of, I guess, overtime, it's been a lot more kind of zone to zone, both teams having a fair few chances. But no one breaking the deadlock, and there is now only 50 seconds left, so if someone is going to make an impact, it's going to be very late. We're on the attack. Go on, my son. Thornton has been done for charging. They're down a man again. Can we make the most of this? There's 25 seconds left on the clock until the horn is going to go. We have a power play until then, but we need a late chance. We need something late here. And we've got it late. Kessel scores. Thank you. Thank you, hockey gods, for sparing me another overtime. Or not another overtime. We had the overtime. Another shootout. Kessel with the late goal. We made the most of the power play. And we got a win, although Polak's now going to be injured for a few days. That's no good. Andre Green is out for 4 months for the Devils. Heartbreak for them. They are going to miss him as well. He looks like he's kind of one of their big players. So I don't think the Devils are on course for the playoffs. Or they are, actually. So that could hurt them quite a lot. Well, anyway, I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. It looks like we are going to break 100 points for the season, which is crazy. We still do have 9 games left of the regular season. I think the next time I'm going to see you guys will be for the last game of the regulation year. It will be against the Habs. Pretty big game. Hopefully I'll see you guys for that one. As always, if you have enjoyed this video, do smash the like button. If you've got any comments, feedback, all that good stuff, leave it down in the comments. I do feel like this commentary was a little bit rusty. I guess that's the disadvantage of not having sat in front of a microphone for 3 or 4 days, but bear with me, we'll be getting back into the swing of things soon. And yeah, other than that, it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.